Hello, and welcome to Drawing Bigfoot. Hope everybody's doing all right out there tonight. We have got a great show coming up tonight. With me, as always, our resident artist, Larry Batson. How you doing, Larry?
Fair to partly cloudy.
I see.
Yeah,
Like that, is it?
yeah.
Um, that's all right. And join us again, coming from Mississippi. He was on a couple of weeks ago. It's our friend Earl. How you doing, Earl?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
We're doing good. Earl, you've got a great Facebook group, Beings of Mississippi, and you're putting some really good stuff out there. You're
Thank you.
capturing,
I try.
you're
It's
capturing
just
some
me.
really something you sent me recently.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's my baby.
17 3/4 inch. Is that right?
17 and a quarter. Yeah.
17 and a quarter. That's a big one, isn't it? I was saying before the show, just incredible to believe that these things are out there with that size feet. Just unbelievable. But let's get into your encounter. And this was up in North Mississippi in the Delta,
Right.
I believe. Why don't you run us through what happened, and we'll get into the drawing.
Well, we was running hoop nets. Most people don't know what that is. You put hoop nets, big round nets, uh, in the water and catch fish. And we was running hoop nets, and it done got late. We had way more over our limit. Thank God that we didn't get caught by a game warden. And we done got to the boat landing, and we was hooking up to the trailer, and we heard her scream, and it sounded almost like a bobcat scream, because I know what them are, but it was a little deeper and like lower, you know, and I'm like, and we just stood there for a second, and I said, "I just a bobcat," because they got them up there, and next thing we heard was two trees breaking. I'm like, "Well, we need to go. We need to go now," and we was loading the boat up, and where we was at in the delta, you have to back up down a gravel road to get to the river, to the Mississippi River. It's like a landing, but it's not concrete. You just have to know the road to back up to the landing. And we got the boat. We was headed out, and it was a tree that wasn't there when we left across the road, and we was trying to figure out. My buddy was with me, and he heard that noise, and he's terrified at night. He probably sleeps with a damn nightlight on. But I was kind of worried. I ain't gonna lie. And if you're not, if you don't have fear or nothing, something wrong. But anyway, we got out to look at that, and all of a sudden we heard some brushes, like like bushes, like tree bushes, if that makes any sense, just being just ripped. And we turned around and looked to my right, behind the boat on my right side, and there he stood. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh,
Everybody went into panic mode, and we trying to figure out how to get away, how to get out. And we backed the boat up and went down they had a little ravine off the gravel road, and he slammed the truck reverse and first and went down around that and tore the boat all to hell on the tree, and tore the trailer up. But we got down there probably 2 miles down that road, maybe a mile, and stopped. And the trailer was this way, the boat was this way, and we didn't know if we had any wheels on it or not. He didn't care at that point. We got out to look at the boat, and whatever we seen was running right beside the truck, and it stopped. And I seen it again. I'm like, and then it took off. It just made a real deep, like a deep growl hoof sound. And I never seen it again till we took off.
I bet he was expecting that boat to come flying off the back of the trailer at some point.
I'm thinking about that time. He wasn't really worried about that boat. He just wanted to go.
Yeah. God, that's what panic does, isn't it? Just makes you focus on one thing. It's just getting out of there.
Man, it'll make your hair stand up.
Definitely. Well, look, let's start. What you doing there? What you drinking out of there, Larry?
Tea out of my Bigfoot mug. North America's greatest drinking
Oh,
device.
look at that. If anybody wants a Bigfoot mug, I'm going to put Larry's email address up. I'll put a little ticker on the bottom, actually. And that's how you get hold of Larry. Lbatson at peoplepc.com. Of course, we always ask politely, nicely, if you can donate something to Larry's Wildlife Fund and animals, get something for it. Get a mug, get an image, one of his drawings. He has lots of things. He started doing some little fridge magnets, haven't you?
Yes, and they're available. And guess what? I didn't bring any in here.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe
Come on, Larry.
see one next time, or it'll be right. Let me see if I can get this right. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, that's not bad. What do you think?
That's not bad. Yeah.
It's not bad. We'll be able to see it. All right, Earl. Let's start. What the top of it said? What was the shape of it?
It was the top of the forehead to the eyes, where the brows went across.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 6-8 inches high.
Okay. Was it round?
Sir?
Was it round?
Yeah, it was round.
Okay.
It's like you had a wide forehead, but hair was coming off the top and down. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see his ears on this one.
Good.
I'm going to put you larger for now, Larry, because it's you can see it quite well actually like that.
Was that big accurate shape of it?
Yes, sir.
And you said about 5 inches down to the brow ridge, or about there?
It was probably 6, maybe 7. Yeah, it was. It looked like the forehead was up higher with the hairline.
Okay. So where's the brow ridge start? If I go from the top down.
Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it thick?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Straight
it was
across? Thick. Okay.
Don't be worried about telling Larry if it doesn't look quite right. He'll be more than happy to get it spot on for you. Earl, you don't have a YouTube channel. You've just got your Facebook page.
right.
You're going to. I'm actually going to help you, aren't I? We did talk about this, and get you on YouTube.
That would be great. That would be great. That would help my group a lot.
Yeah, we'll do that. But in the meantime, if anybody is on Facebook, this is the name of Earl's group. And actually, I'm going to put a link now just in the chat, and I'll put one in the description. Copy where we at. I've just put a link in now for Earl's Facebook group. So go over there and check out. There's stuff going on, isn't there, with you, and you're having things left for you and you're finding things. There's a lot going on with you. So there's been some very interesting posts, and it's definitely worth going over.
I don't know. I don't know why they follow me.
Yeah, well, I don't. It's interesting, isn't it? Why some people have more encounters than others. Some just have that one off, and then other people are somehow connected with them. I don't know any other word to use other than, seems to be a reason why. I don't know. You're more open to it. I don't know. Once they know, you know.
It's your award-winning personality.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So now his eyes, they're large.
They wasn't really large, but they was more you can see the eyebrow ridge over his eye, if that makes sense.
All right, it's thick. So either sunken eyes or a really thick
Yeah,
brow.
they was sunken, but the eyebrows was thick. But his eyes, you know how you squint when you're mad? That's
Yeah.
about the way it looked.
Oh, then that eye's not right that I just drew, is it?
Mm.
No, sir. Sorry.
That's what I get for. Okay. Is that more accurate?
Yes, sir.
We'll make it a little bit bigger and a bit easier to see.
Does that look right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What about the nose?
It was the nose come up between the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and it was big at the bottom. Almost like an ape nose, almost.
How long would the nose be if I move my pencil down?
Go back up a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to see your hand right there. That'd be the end of it.
Right here?
Yes, sir.
And you say it was wide at the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Is that close?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Okay, let's go down to his mouth. Describe his mouth to me.
What? All right. Picture about maybe 2 inches on each side of the nose, but his
Mhm.
mouth was closed and his lips was thin,
Okay.
real thin.
And how far down?
Right there. Right there. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
What were his cheeks like?
Full.
Full.
You couldn't really see his hair was on top of his skull.
Mm-hmm.
When he come down, he didn't have a mustache, but all his hair went straight up the side of his face. Almost they didn't go over his lip, but they come up halfway on his cheeks. And it was long. If that makes sense.
We'll get to the hair later. We'll just try and get the basics down.
Leon's pest control. Wife is squirming because you got vermin. Hello.
Oh, have they gone?
Yeah, they left.
Tommy Earl'S in Mississippi, but he's had experiences all over the place, haven't you?
Ma'am.
I was saying you're in Mississippi, but you've had experiences in a few different places, haven't you?
Yeah. Louisiana, I've had a few.
Yeah.
Okay. What about his chin, Earl?
You couldn't really. The chin was like bold, like on the bottom of his lips,
Mm-hmm.
but the hair come up about an inch before his mouth, and went all the way around the side of his face.
Okay. What was the shape of his chin?
Well, you couldn't really see for the hair.
Oh, okay. It just hung down
I
and
think it was
Yeah.
maybe pointy though, or wide, or roughly.
Oh, it was wide. I mean, no doubt it was wide.
okay. Well, I'm just
It was,
gonna leave a couple marks here for a guide for me,
Mhm.
and then I'll know where to do. What about the side of his face?
what do you mean?
Like here.
How
Yeah,
wide
it
was
was,
his cheeks?
okay. Where the top is, where you come down by the
Mhm.
eyebrow,
Yeah.
it kind of widened just a little bit on each side
Okay.
and come straight down. Like I said, I really couldn't see all I seen was hair, big long hair.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay. I think I have enough to get started.
Mhm. And what about the eyes? Was there any whites in the eyes, or were they just
No, it
dark?
was dark. You could see the eyes, but they wasn't white. They was like a yellow with a black in each one. Wasn't really a bright yellow. It was just like a glowing deep. You know,
Mhm.
you could tell he was mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the noises you heard before, the coyote noise, that was him. Do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alligator couldn't have done it.
Do you think it was signaling to another one, or just making that noise to spook you?
I think he was trying to tell us to leave. We was in his area. You know,
Yeah.
they're very territorial.
Mhm.
You know, they make noises and sounds and do things to keep you away from them, not come toward them.
And I think you've got an extra kind of, antennae to it, don't you? Because you're experiencing it
I believe I do.
a few times, and you're listening to your instinct as well.
Yeah, your instincts never lie to you.
No. I've got Miss Jackie in. So your friend, was it a friend you were with? Did you say? Was it
Yeah.
a friend? Yeah. Has he experienced seen a Bigfoot before?
Not to that day, he hasn't.
Right.
You know, I don't really talk to people that I know about stuff because first thing I'm gonna do, they're gonna ridicule you or tell you you're crazy or So I just keep my mouth shut. Some things are just better left unsaid.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you've your own place now, your group, to talk about it as well, which is a good thing, because it needs to be talked about.
Yeah,
It's a hard burden to carry.
but the hard thing about that, you don't talk to anybody. Just anybody. You have to find um
The right people.
yeah, you have to find the right person that's been in the right predicament as you have to you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Not no armchair YouTube people, and circles and blurry pictures, and I don't even waste my time on that crap. You know. But everybody has their own opinion. There's no expert in this field, none whatsoever. None.
No, and I mean, the images have to come with some context.
Everything in the years you spent finding out stuff, that's baby steps. That's all that is. It's different every single time. It's nothing the same. Nothing.
It's
How's it looking, Earl?
That looks great, sir.
you
Wow.
can already see the depth there.
The depth of the eyes. Yeah.
I mean, this is just the beginning, and you
I
know how well
can't wait
these
to
turn out.
do
Yeah. So did you ever go back to that place?
I went back about 6 months later. I went back.
Mm-hmm.
I had to. I mean, I had to go. I went by myself, of course, but I had to go back.
Do you have an idea of how tall it was?
It was, well, it had to been 9 feet plus. Had to been.
Wow.
Had to been. Because the trees broke, and of course they could have been broke from when I seen it till I went back. But the trees that I seen broke was almost 8 feet high. So if you can snap a tree limb 6 inches around, 8 feet high, yeah, that's pretty big fella.
Definitely, yeah. Did you see anything else that you might think is evidence around that area when you went back?
I went back probably half a mile, 3/4 of a mile in where I seen him the first time. And there was a nest back there, a huge nest, but you could tell it was old, it was old, but it was a huge tree nest back up in there. And,
So describe that to someone who's never seen one. What they look like, and
well, it's kind of like you get one piece of vine and you keep weaving on it, and building on it, and everything is connected into one.
mm-hmm.
Everything. I mean, everything they do is for a purpose.
So that takes a bit of time, doesn't it, to connect it all together? So that makes you feel like it's a place to feel more secure. Do you think maybe that's where they have kids? Where they give birth?
Intelligence is what
Mm-hmm.
that is. It'll probably take me or you 3 months to do it, and it'll probably take them 2 days. You know what I mean? The way it's woven and weaved. I've seen breaks before, and I know for a fact they're for juveniles. Because if you see tree breaks, and they all point in the same direction about every 10, 20 yards, and all the limbs are pointing in the same direction, that's a marker for the juveniles not to cross.
Okay.
And if you follow them, most people don't, but I followed a few of them. All it does is make a complete circle. If you follow the tree breaks, whichever way the limbs are pointing, follow it, and it makes a complete huge round circle.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out that you can use to weave stuff with.
Yeah, but the way they do it, I mean, and the way it's intertwined together, it's amazing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I have a piece right now, and it's just, I know a juvenile done that one, but I got some in the house, 12 feet, 14 inches. I mean, 12 feet, 12 inches, 14 inches round, and they woven in the same. It's just amazing how they can do that.
Is it like a same pattern or a same kind of design?
It's same. Well, it's pretty much the same pattern. I wouldn't say the design, but the pattern is the same. They can get. I don't know how many vines this one right here is, but they can get. The biggest one I got is like 16 inches round, and it looks like it's 5 or 6 vines just made into one. The way they weave it and construct it, it's just you can look at it for hours and go, how in the hell they do that? It's amazing. Their intelligence is just amazing.
Very intricate. And to think with such big hands, they can do stuff like that.
Yeah, Yeah, very intelligent. I heard Mr. Larry say something one night about an episode he had, and I forgot to tell you this, sir.
What's that?
I got a big black and tan dog, and his name is Bandit. And I took him out the other night, and of course, you know how close my tree line is to my house.
Yeah.
And he didn't really want to go out. I mean, his hair was standing up, his tail was between his legs. But he went out and something called my dog in a real deep voice, and I can't, that kind of like freaked me out right there because I've heard him do a lot of things and sounds, but I never heard him call my dog, and he slept in the bathroom floor for 3 days. He wouldn't move out of that room. He was scared to death. Yep.
They can, as Earl knows, they can imitate about any sound in the forest.
Anything.
Anything.
Yep. But when I heard him call my dog like Bandit, I'm like, oh shit. Yep, I know what that is.
That's
I-
scary, though, isn't it?
But
That's
yeah,
just-
I mean, I've seen a lot of things, and I've been through a lot of things with these beings, and
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I have a lot of respect for them, of course. Believe me, and but I've never had one call my dog. Never had one do that. I've heard people say that their dogs run up. They have some on their land, and their dogs run up and play with them. And come on, man. No, I just don't believe that because Sasquatch hates dogs.
The thing is, though, everyone's experience are different as well, aren't they? And
Right.
and I know in your experience, you might think that, but we've talked to quite a few people. I've talked to someone he was out hunting with his friend, and they knew there was this Sasquatch in front of them, and his dog went over and actually put its paws up to this thing, and it looked down at it, and the dog got down, and it moved back. I mean, I don't know whose experiences are true or not, but I've got to take everyone's as that's their experience. And
oh, absolutely. I mean, every experience is different, of course. But in my experiences, I mean, I've had a Rottweiler, man, ripped in half. I mean,
yeah,
literally ripped in half. And I'm not saying it can't be done because I don't think they're mean. If they was mean, they'd come.
Possibly
If they was mean, they'd come
situational.
to my house, and they can kill me anytime. But I think they're more curious. I don't think they mean you harm. They just don't want to be messed with.
Well, look, if they have to protect something or something's going on, who knows what they're capable of.
That's just like a woman taking care of her child. If you mess with that child, that woman, you know what's going to happen. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna wait around call the police.
No,
I mean,
I've said it before. A bear isn't going to even think twice. It's just gonna go for it, and that's it. So who knows what these situations are? But yeah, I mean, lots of dogs. You're right, Lindsay. Lots of dogs go missing. Maybe they do take them. Who knows? Maybe maybe they call them over, and they go.
Yeah, I guess something like it. I mean, I know for a fact, from my personal experience, I have 2 right now in different counties in the state that know who I am, and they don't harm me. I mean, they acknowledge, they won't show themselves to me, but they'll throw a tree limb or something off the side of the road, or throw a rock toward me or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's been going on for years. So they accepted me. I mean, I'm not saying all of them are bad, of course they're not. But I had one fella that said one of them actually talked to him, and I'm not saying that ain't true neither, but You know, he passed away before I could, before I could really talk to him.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, these experiences go from one extreme to the other.
Oh,
You
it's like
know,
going down the rabbit hole. I mean, there's no ending.
yeah,
Not everyone is the same. They're just like people. I mean, there's millions of people in this world just like them. I mean, you know,
that's it. You're right. How you doing, Larry?
Oh, good.
Good.
I was called out by a baboon, so
Oh, Elizabeth.
yeah.
oh yeah, misbehaving.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
We were just talking about dogs and Bigfoot and how there's, mixed stories about how these things deal with them.
Not very well.
No?
No.
What accounts have you
Nope.
heard?
Oh, I heard several accounts where Bigfoot apparently killed a dog. Big dogs, bloodhounds. I mean, what else would twist a German Shepherd like a wet washer egg?
Yep.
Nothing normal. Or a big dog like a bloodhound where it's held under 3 inches of water, 4 inches of water, drowned.
That'd be terrible, wouldn't it, if it was your dog?
Yeah, it would be. But imagine the strength that they must have to do that.
Well, just when you see the size of the feet, they've got to be strong, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those on top of your neck, you're done. Plus the weight, I think is generally, underestimated. These things, for me,
Absolutely.
must be
Absolutely.
much more than what people think. And I'm no expert. I don't know. I can't even tell you looking at my dog, how much she weighs. I mean, I know what she weighs, but I can't guess things. You guys are better than that at me at that, but I imagine these things are much more bigger than what people think.
That's pretty much
They're
what's so
amazing.
that's why they're so shocking when people see them. They see the size of it.
Exactly. Exactly. You hear stories. They hear stories their whole life, and they watch, you know, TV and all this stuff. But when you see one, if you're lucky enough to actually see one in person, yeah, it will change your whole life. I'm telling you, it will change your whole. There's no going back. There's no going back.
Mm.
Nope.
You have to see with your eyes, don't you?
Absolutely.
Not saying to believe or to know what. I'm just talking about the.
You have to
You have to
physically
put
just
things
actually
into
see one.
perspective. Is physically
Exactly.
to see this thing.
And
Uh,
yeah,
and
you better respect them. I can tell you, you better respect them. You know,
I guess we should do that with all creatures, though, shouldn't we?
absolutely.
Just the whole general. Don't mess with them; they won't mess with you. Hopefully, and I can't even imagine. We just have like cows over here and deer. There's nothing scary out here, as far as I know. He's got a big brow ridge, hasn't he? This one.
Yeah, it's deep. Yeah.
No, I thought I saw a question. If anyone's got any questions, put them in caps so I can see them better, please. Do any bears attack dogs?
Yeah.
They do.
Oh yeah.
They're not scared off by him or the lapping or.
It depends on the situation,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's over food or over cubs.
Yeah.
If they're like a bear's walking in your backyard and your big old German Shepherd comes out and barks at it, black bear will take off.
Like you say, it's situational, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how many sightings do you think you've had, Earl?
Wow. Well, after me and my brother saw that one, me and my sister seen one first when we was kids, but we didn't know what it was, of course. But, I'd say after me and my brother seen one years later, shoot, I've probably seen 20, 30 of them.
Wow. Do you think some of the same ones? Is this in the same area, some of them? Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of them the same ones. There's a black one in one county I follow, and you gotta be real careful with him. He's real edgy, I think I think he's like mentally, I don't know if he's retarded or something is wrong with him,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's fine one day, and next day it's like next time you see him or try and communicate with him, it's like he goes in this rampage. Like, it's I think something physically is wrong with him.
Okay. When you said, what have you tried with communication? Are you trying to? Are you wanting to? Are you? What are you trying to make a connection with these things?
Oh, absolutely. I have connections with him, but
Okay.
this one is different. This one is not like the other one I seen. This one is it's completely different. Yeah, he'll let you know when you're close, and I'll just stop my truck. They know my truck, of course, and I'll stop my truck and I'll just get out and start walking where I heard the noise. And sometimes I'll see him, sometimes I won't. But sometimes I'll see him, he'll be 30, 40, 50 yards in front of me, and sometimes he'll just make a lot of noise and sounds and like he don't want you to be there,
I'll just go back to this. You might have came in a little bit late, Todd, but the foot was 17 and a quarter inch. How wide was it, Earl?
How wide is mine?
No, the cast.
Oh.
The one that you took.
Are you talking about how wide my cast is?
Yes, yeah, that one there.
Yeah. It's almost 7 inches.
Oh, right, wow. So that answers that one for you, Strangeland. Western New York, Bigfoot investigation group. Earl, you said the hair on the head was long. How long was it? Shoulder length or longer?
It was longer than the shoulders.
Oh, right.
You could see the face, but it looked like it had a goatee and the chin, and it all blended down. That tells me it's old.
Okay. I saw a comment before. Someone mentioned the word autistic.
Right.
Do you think there could be some sort of that sort of maybe that going on?
Absolutely.
So Glenn Snyder, I think you're saying after you've seen that many, have you got any? I think you're asking how many times you see them with young. How many times do you think they have young? Do you think there's seasons? Do you think it could be yearly or more? Or
they follow the seasons. I mean, sometimes I see them. Sometimes I won't find anything. I'll find breaks or something like that, but I won't hear them or see them for 6 or 7 months. And
no,
then
I mean
when they're back,
I'm sorry, I'm talking about them. I'm talking about them having young with them. Do you think they mate yearly or less than that or more than that? Are you seeing them with young a lot or?
I've seen a lot of juveniles. I mean, every time I'm able to communicate with one or whatever and see them, there's always juveniles, except for the males. There's never juveniles when I see a male.
Okay.
So I mean, they must because I just got a juvenile print actually in perfect cast. Now next year there'll probably be another one of something or another, a different one, of course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's looking good, Larry.
Oh, thank you.
I think you missed your calling, sir.
Oh,
Police department should have paid you.
Hey.
Wow, that's wow. That's amazing. That's amazing how you do that, sir.
oh.
So, you got left that twine, that piece. Are you leaving anything for them anywhere?
No, no. I don't leave them anything. They just acknowledging me. They let me know they back.
Okay.
That's all that is. That's juvenile, the little one. They haven't hit the back of my house yet, but I'm waiting on it now. It's been a year, so a little bit longer. Yeah, a little bit longer.
It's interesting, isn't it? This, feeling that this is a very, elusive creature, doesn't want to be found or seen, and yet there's a whole host of people that these things are communicating with, or trying to, or deliberately wanting people to know that they're there. And
Absolutely.
I don't think it can just be the young. I think there's more going on.
Oh,
But what's
yeah.
the reason? What connects all these people together?
That's
That
what I want to know. Why? I mean, what's, of course, that's another unanswered question, I imagine,
it's really hard to find one place where all the data is the time, the year, the day, the area, the encounter, to be able to connect any dots. Because there's
yeah.
so many encounters, nothing's all in one place. If it was all in one place,
Well,
we might be able to start.
I can tell you like this, from my experiences after all these years, you'll see more in the daytime than you ever will at night. I mean, look at all the footage, the raw, real footage that's been shot. It's all been during the day,
You're right. All the pictures, even as blurry as they are, it's all daytime, isn't it?
Well, I
We
mean, look,
get very little
yeah, I mean,
at night.
it's always in the daytime you see them. I mean, you can see them at night, of course, but I mean, you go in the woods and you've never seen one, you got a video phone in your hand with a spotlight and something runs out in front of you. Oh my God, that's a Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's, yeah. I mean, I go out at night, but I go to certain spots and I know what to look for, or see or smell, and right now I can't go back to my certain spot because I'm smelling cucumbers up in there, so I can't go back there for a minute.
All right.
Yeah, that's copperheads. If you ever in the woods and smell cucumbers, that's copperheads.
Oh heck, I'll write that one down to note down that. Brandon Milnes says, you think it could be some type of interbreeding causing the mental issues?
I don't know. Man, that's I don't know. I don't know. That would
See,
be interesting.
rats, rabbits, they're all interbreeding. I mean,
Yeah.
animals don't know what the parent is.
No.
From a certain age, they're not thinking that's my son or my daughter or my mum. I don't think there's mental issues, is caused in animal. I mean, I don't know. It's a different type of genes, but maybe in Sasquatch, how do they regulate who they're, reproducing with? I'm sure they're not thinking. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Yep.
How's the hair looking?
Oh, that's good, sir.
Glenn Snyder again. So you don't think they stay in one large area, that they just come and go? Do you think they do move?
Yeah.
I mean,
they move.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they move. But they always come back. They always come back.
And I guess again, it's situational. Look, what about those in the swamps? Where are they going to move on to? They can't, can they?
They follow the seasons. There's always water. Yeah, they always have to have water and food stores. And food stores will, of course, always be near the water or rivers or streams or anything with flowing water. They're not going to stand around a stagnant pond. No. Wherever there's meat, whatever there's food, they can smell 10 times or more better than a deer ever can.
Mm-hmm. You'd think so, wouldn't you? With the size of their noses.
Oh yeah, they can. They know you there before you even get there. They know. Yep. If you see one, which most people don't understand, hell, they got day watchers. They got night watchers. I mean, if you're lucky enough to see one, there's probably 5 around you, surrounding you when you see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say the hair was underneath the eye?
Yes, sir. Just right down below the cheek, right below the eye.
Okay.
It was all like just straight down.
Okay.
Wow.
Daystone Man says, have you ever been gifted boxed turtles?
Not turtles. I've been gifted mostly everything else, not turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get deer legs over here all the time. Broke off deer legs. And I haven't got any now, but.
You said he had a mustache?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay.
The hair on his cheek come down, straight down to the top of his lip, and it just come down the side of his face.
Okay.
Mike V says, I'm telling you, the algae water in South Florida might be the reason for the deformity and behavior.
I'm sorry, the what?
I've just put it up on the screen there. Mike V says, I'm telling you, the algae water or algae, however you say it, in South Florida might be the reason for the deformity and behavior.
It might be in Florida. I mean, I have a friend girl of mine there, Marcia, my girlfriend, and there's a certain area down there that you can go to. Mostly, it's all about the snakes. People raise snakes and throw them out, and they mix breed, and then now they cross breeding with other shit, and then but yeah, there's a certain spot down there in Florida. I was born in Florida. I was born in Pahokee, Florida. It was in the swamp. That's Everglades.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're there too. So, but yeah, there's sightings there all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's where Kerry and Mark are going down to Florida. They're going live tomorrow night. I think a few nights this week.
What part are they going to?
I'm not sure exactly. I can't. If anyone knows in the chat, put it up. Because I don't know the fine details.
Well, there was one that I found on one of my base map posts, which it's not public, but they just found 3 sightings in Ocala, Florida, 4 days ago.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Barang's out around there. He goes out there to Mike V said that's exactly where he is, and yes, they're there. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now I know I watched a bit of Mark's Sasky's video before. I guess some of you guys did, where they found all the snail shells. Wonder if they were trying to get a fingerprint off it. These things have prints, don't they?
Absolutely.
That would be interesting to pick one of those up, maybe, and I don't know, get the powder out like they do it.
Their fingerprints are different than humans. They're real oily like substance. If they ever touch your vehicle or touch your back of your tent, you'll know. You'll know.
Yeah, they can definitely leave their mark, can't they?
It's not like a mink oil, you might say, but they put off an oil when they touch anything.
Does that have any smell to it? Have you noticed the oil, whatever they leave around? Is there a?
I've never smelled it. I've smelled females around me before, but I've never smelled like the print itself.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few. I mean, I've had one put handprints on my truck from front to back one night.
So they're literally hanging around the house.
What, here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a small group here. But no, I was somewhere else. I was in another county for a week, and they let you know they was there. I mean, wow, Mr. Larry.
Yeah. And he said he had a goatee.
Well, where the lip is,
Yeah.
on the sides, it just comes straight down.
Yeah.
And the hair on his face, from his crown down,
Mm-hmm.
was just a little thicker all the way down. But when it got to about where his ears, I couldn't see his ears.
Okay.
It was just bushy from there on down. It's just straight, muggy, like a reddish forehead.
Was it under? It was underneath here though, right?
Yes, sir.
And where did it start? About here?
About there, yeah. About right there.
Wow. Captain B out near Pahokee. Is that where they're going, Kerry and Mark? Is it that area?
I was born in Pahokee. Yeah, that's in the Everglades.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they there. I promise you, they there. They everywhere.
So you wonder if they're slightly different, the ones that live around the swamps and the ones that just live out in the woods, whether they've adapted somehow.
Well, it's like finding them in the South and going up north. I mean, up to Canada. I mean, they got more abundance of food. They adapted. They adapt to weather. They adapt to anything.
Mm-hmm.
The ones down here in the South, yeah, they pretty damn big. But the ones up toward Canada, whatever, like I said, of course they have abundance of everything. They adapt to the snow, 0 temperatures. I mean, they know how to survive there. They know how to trap. They know how to do everything. I mean,
maybe they just hunker down in the caves in the winter and they know how to store food.
I've argued with so many people about the cave theory. I'm telling you, man, you have to have a cave. You know, I've heard people say, well, they live underground. No, they don't live underground. They, you know, you have to have a cave. You have to have a minion place. You know, you have to have shelter. You know.
Yeah. How's that looking?
That looks great. Wow.
Let's go back to the you said before you smelt the females. So how do you know the females? And how do
Okay.
you know you've not smelt any males?
Well, how do you know which one's which if you smell them? You know what I mean? And after all the years I've been following them, every time I see a juvenile, I smell that rank, musky, just smell. You know that it make you puke smell,
Yeah.
and that's a deterrent sound. That's what I believe. After 40-something years, they letting off that for the juveniles. You know, I'm there's no alpha male, there's no alpha female. That's shit, man. You got a male and a female, and I believe that's the scent from the mother protecting the juveniles. I'm not saying a male don't do it, but the ones I've been around I've never smelt it unless it was juveniles around.
Okay.
You know,
That's interesting. Thank you, Mike's Adventures. Appreciate that. Corky's research. We have a lime mine with the lake inside. You know, you can find shelters in all sorts of places, can't you?
absolutely.
That's right. Literally, we can only go from, you know, our own experiences. It would just be great to join the dots up and come to a point where we know what's going on. But until then, it's just question after question.
Absolutely.
No answers.
Just wondering, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
How we doing, Earl?
You're
I'm
doing
sorry.
good, sir. The 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 hair was a little bit wider around the face, longer.
Okay.
It come almost up to the bottom of the lips, coming down.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't know what you find. You go out there and look. You know, don't take a gun. I can tell you that. I take one, but I take a pistol. It's just for snakes, you know, stuff like that. And I know where I'm going, so I have certain spots I leave it, and on my way out, I'll pick it up and leave. You know, on my way out, uh, they know what a gun is. Uh, they can smell fear. I'm telling you, if you're scared, that's when you tell them newbies that's coming out. If you're scared and you just want to go out in the woods and see one, well, you need to stay at home. I mean, because these things will hurt you. These things will kill you. You know, they're not your best friend. You know, I mean, it took me years and years and years to get where I'm at now. You know, I've lost a lot of things. I've lost relationships. Um, you know, because of what I believe in. I mean, and I, if that's the way it is, that's just the way it is. Because I'm not going to change. You know, um, you accept it or you don't. Bye. You know, um, these are beings. I don't call them creatures. I don't call them animals. These are beings. These are flesh and blood beings. And I've had a lot of bad things happen to me over these beings over the years, and the first and foremost thing I can tell you, you better show them respect, because I respect them highly. I respect them tremendously, because I know how the tables are turned,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I don't have no fear of them. I mean, of course, well, I mean, I worry about them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you go in the woods, okay, I ain't scared of one. Well, you're a liar. I mean, come on. I mean, you have to have that presence of mind at all times, because anything can go wrong at any second, But and
Yeah, but I mean, for you as well, you put everything into this, and so you're
my
completely,
whole life, I mean,
100% involved in what you're doing. It's not just some part-time every other
no,
weekend thing.
no,
So you're deeply involved in it, and it's your journey. It's your route to try and finding answers to the things that have happened to you. The experiences that you've had with these things. So I don't think anyone has to justify. I feel the need to justify why they're doing what they're doing, based on the fact that no one can understand your position because we're not in your position, and
exactly,
we have to just respect people, for doing what they need to do for them. This is the most awkward situation for people to be in.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
just nowhere to go. There's no guidebook. There's nothing. This is like a blind experiment.
yeah.
Um,
Most people
all
don't talk to
the time.
nobody about it because they don't want to be ridiculed, you know.
Yeah,
Um, if it wasn't for Larry, I wouldn't be talking to you now. I kept a lot of things inside of me for a
mhm,
long time. I mean, I didn't tell nobody, but
yeah,
I do. I mean, how can you tell somebody?
I know.
How can you say that? How can you
Yeah,
tell somebody what happened to you or what you've seen? I mean, you know, you can't. Man. I mean, I don't worry about what people think about me. I just worry about me and my, going on to my next level. You know, I've been there. I've done that. I know what I'm talking about. So everybody does things different. Everybody has their own opinion.
yeah.
You know,
Well, I'm glad you are here, and I'm glad you have shared, your experiences with us, and that you started your group. Because like I say, you're not just putting anything out there. You're actually putting some really interesting stuff out
yeah.
there. So,
It,
encourage
between
everyone.
my new job I have, it's taking up a lot of my time. I switched jobs, so I can't go out like I used to. But I just made a change about my job to keep up with what I'm doing. So I try and go every weekend. You know, I try and go out there and videotape it live because I love it live. If something happens to me and people are watching it, hey, you can see what happens to me. You know, I mean, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. Thank you, Anita. Appreciate that. And I love watching the drawings as well. Um, quite mesmerizing, isn't it?
How close are we, Earl?
You're close, sir. From the side of the cheek straight down, it was nothing
Mm-hmm.
but long hair to the shoulders.
Right.
And yes, you, yeah,
Put a
you
little
should
bit
have
of
seen.
shoulder in. When you put them shoulders in, it really
Oh
brings
yeah,
it brings it sits it out. Yeah, it
you
makes
sure
it
you
pop.
don't work for the police department?
No.
Hmm.
That's amazing. That's wow.
Puts it into perspective a little bit more when you get those shoulders in.
Oh yeah, it brings it all together. Oop, I'll step right in for a second. People don't know. They don't know.
Yeah. Like V makes a good point. If a Bigfoot ever robs a bank in front of Larry, he's as good as caught. Definitely. Game's up. Hello, Jean. Good to see you. Better late than never. Looking good, Larry.
You got to worry about him now. Wow. That's awesome.
That really is. No wonder he nearly wrapped that boat and trail around a tree. Seeing that, you just want to get out of there, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I've had them bluff charge me, and the first time it happened, dude, yeah, bye.
Mm-hmm.
But you just in your area, and I figured out finally, when they bluff charge you, in my personal experience, I'm interrupting their meal they're catching. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've had one holler at me 60 yards down the road. I have all this land across the street from me, and my front door is 70 acres from the tree line. It's 3,000 plus acres. So,
Mm-hmm.
I live here. That's their home.
Yeah.
And where I live to the end of the road, to the tree line is probably 60 yards, maybe 70. And I've had one howl at me one night. I was cooking under my carport on the grill, and I could hear the trees snapping. And you could look up down there. I don't have street lights here, but you can see the moon on the top, and you can see the trees just swaying like hell back and forth.
Oh.
And, he come all the way. He was upset about something. He come all the way to the tree line, and he let out this roar, man, and it vibrated my insides when I was sitting under my carport. I'm telling you, that's how deep it was. It was a scream. If you never heard that scream before, you'll never, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, you'll never forget it. I'm telling you, you'll never forget that sound.
Wow. It was smelling whatever you were cooking.
I don't know. I don't know. But he got my attention quick.
Yeah, I bet. It's just so interesting, isn't it? How
we got, their smell and their sense of capability is incredible, man. I mean, there's no word to describe them. I mean, they're amazing beings. That's what they are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, everybody's building. The forestry commission is what's killing them. They're forcing their hand. You cutting all the timber down. You taking their home away from them. Of course they're gonna be mad. Of course they're gonna come out. I mean, you're taking their home. They've been there for thousands of years, bro. I mean, that's their home. And y'all take it down to put a dollar store in a field or a shopping mall or something. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, we're encroaching on their land, and it's got to be a breaking point at some point, hasn't there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, maybe we're getting closer to that. Maybe we're really going to annoy, some of them off to a point where they really start reacting.
That's incredible, Larry.
Ready to tweak it? Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, get tweaking.
That is awesome. Wow, I can see that Chevrolet truck now in that boat. Wow.
I think this was the last one. Was that the last one you saw?
That's the one, and me and my brother seen.
Yeah. Just seeing, you know, the differences. They're kind of the same, but they're different, aren't they? They're all different, like
Right.
us, just unique and but big and scary and hairy, and yeah, you don't bump into these things.
Awesome.
Or if you do, you want to be aware of them at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just a heads up would be nice, wouldn't it? If people had that.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if it was mentioned, but you don't take. Do you take any protection with you when you're going out?
No, I take a pistol. That's just for snakes, crap like that. But no, I don't take no guns. I don't take no. I don't take anything with me.
And what about around your property? Do you put lights up or anything like that? Are you just all natural?
Camcorders are a joke. If you go out there dressed in camouflage, you might as well be wearing a pink jumpsuit. I mean, because camouflage ain't gonna do you no good with these things.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't have lights. I'm just, I'll turn my porch light off at night and sit on my front porch, and that's at nighttime. That's their house, and I just sit there and listen, and that's the best way to capture,
Do they know there's a boundary though with you? Do they know like how far they can push you on your bit?
I believe they do. I mean, the one that come up under my carport the other night, that was kind of interesting. But I haven't been over there. Usually I go to a certain spot over there, and I haven't been there. And I know they I know they watching me. I know, and I don't know if it was just telling me, "Hey, you forgot about us," or
we're still here. How you doing, Larry?
Good.
Okay. If anyone has had a face-to-face and you want to come on drawing Bigfoot, drop me an email, Danielle at hiddenexistence.com, and we'll hook something up.
Wow, that's incredible.
Something like that, 8-9 foot. It's just.
But you figure, 9 or 10 plus the weight,
Yeah, I mean, I don't, well, I do know how people cope after because I've talked to so many of them, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd just freeze on the spot or what. I see something like that. Rig Ridge asks, how close is the tree line to your house?
From the front of my house, it's probably 70 yards across the street.
Wow, that's close.
Oh yeah, it's close. I live on a dead end road.
Okay. So if anything's coming down, it's only coming down to see you.
Man, pretty much.
Oh, Larry's managed to knock himself off. I'm sure he'll be back in a second. He's hit the wrong button. He does that now and again.
Stuff,
Hey? Pardon?
Got one of them.
I'll just see how he's getting on.
see. I don't know if you can see this. This is a new picture I got.
Yeah, to the left a bit. That's it. Down a little bit. That's it. Perfect. So how long is that?
This one is 19 inches.
Wow.
And it is 8 inches wide.
Yeah, that looks really, really wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hello. I had trouble with the tweak. I don't know why it wouldn't go to your page, so I don't know why.
So what's happened? What
I don't know.
Oh,
wouldn't do it for me. So I have no idea. So the raw drawing turned out pretty good. So
it's amazing, Mr. Larry.
yeah.
As usual, that's incredible.
Yeah. So can you email me it, or we're just going to leave it there, and maybe I'll put it up on the community page when you've tweeted it.
Yeah, I could. You want me to email it to you right now?
Shall I give you? Have you got my address, or shall I?
Yeah.
Right, I'll tell you now. There you go.
Where'd you? Oh.
That's strange. It's done that, isn't it?
No, I lost your. What happened to your email?
I've just sent you it. I've just sent you it in Messenger.
Oh, there we go. Right, you let me know when you sent it. Okay.
So
I'm just now writing it down.
Oh, okay. Well, no rush.
Larry.
So yeah, like I say, if anyone has had an encounter face to face, if you've seen one of these things, looked it in the eyes, and you want to come on drawing Bigfoot, drop me a line, Danielle at hiddenexistence.com, and please like this video, or if you liked it, like it. That would help us out. That's weird. It's never done that before. It will help the channel out if you would hit that like button and leave a comment after. Let us know what you think of the show. We would appreciate that. Oh, he's done it again. He's gone. He'll get there. He'll get there.
He'll get there.
He will. Yeah. That's what happens when you go live. You can't always have it running smoothly.
Usually it's me having communication where I'm from, where I'm at.
You've done all right tonight.
Oh, it did great.
Yeah.
I'm saying usually I'm the one that's losing connection where I'm at.
Because of where you're at. Yeah, well, it's been a good connection tonight. I think the internet's getting better, isn't it, for people out in the woods now? It seems to be better. People are getting better connections. I know Riga Ridge and Gary Spikes Jr. live out in the sticks, and they've seemed to be having better connection now, which, is good if you need it. Katie Dale, it's Beings of Mississippi. It's on Facebook. He's got a group on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't have YouTube.
Hasn't got YouTube, but I did promise a few weeks back that I'd help you.
You did, but I knew you was busy, so
Yeah, we've just not quite hooked up to do that, but we will do.
that's
And
fine.
we'll get you on YouTube as soon as possible.
Mine would be different than anyone else's, I promise.
Well, when you're up and running, we'll get you back on Bigfoot Odyssey, and then we can direct people to your channel, and they can see for themselves what you're doing. Let me just email Larry and see how he's getting on.
Where you at, Larry?
Yeah. Hear that noise? That's my dog trying to get a hold to wherever in my carpet. Can you stop that, please? Miss Jones, Joni's Garden. Good to see you here. There are more phone towers being put up due to the 5K push yet. Wasn't that long ago. I had dial-up. Really? Wow. Wow. Dial-up's terrible. I remember that a long time ago. So let's see how Larry's doing. If you sent me this, might be that we just have to. When I get it off Larry, I'll put it up in the community page because I think he's back. Hello.
Hello.
What's happening?
You should have a picture.
Let me have a look. Nope.
No.
No. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Waiting to the spam for some reason. So we'll have to. Let me just get that. Okay, give me 1 second. Do it. Here we go. There he is.
That is incredible. Wow.
Well, thank you.
You nailed it, Mr. Larry. Again. Wow. Wow. That's
Amazing
awesome.
as always.
That's,
You know how you.
I don't know how you do it. I really I don't know how you do that. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, you do it every time, Larry. You really do.
Amazing man.
I'd like to thank my mother and my brothers and sisters and the people that live down the road that don't like me.
Absolutely. Darcy's got a great idea. Larry should start making faces of Bigfoot that you can hang in trees. What about Bigfoot wind chimes?
Oh, God.
Clay wind chimes of Bigfoot.
Well, we're staying caught up on our mugs yet, let alone.
And of course, yeah, and the magnets and all that. But look, the ticker's been going all night. Larry's email address is there. Like I say, if you'd like to make a donation to his wildlife, all his baboon and tigers and bears and the snake and the turtle and all of them, get something for your donation. Get a Bigfoot mug, which Larry is going to show us now. Amazing. Each one is different. Every single one is unique.
It's all for the animals, man.
Yeah. And they're a great size as well. They're not small, are they? They're actually decent size.
Yeah. This is a small one. So that gives you an idea. This is a small one. This is mine.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not small though.
I know.
Yeah.
But the others are bigger. In fact, that's what Cheryl and they're making right now is the mugs. To keep caught up.
The mugs. So get in touch with Larry, L. Batson at peoplepc.com. It's just there now on the screen at the bottom. right under Larry now. Earl, thank you so much for coming on and sharing a bit more of your experiences with us.
Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. We'll definitely get together again soon, and we'll sort out that YouTube channel for sure. I'll be in touch, and we'll do that. Larry, as always, thank you.
Thank you
for putting pencil to paper.
Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Earl.
One day I'm gonna come visit your Bigfoot kingdom you live in.
Oh yeah, right. It's not a kingdom. That's a neighborhood.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Oh.
Don't shoot me when I knock on your door.
Well, I don't own a gun, so it wouldn't.
Thank God.
Yeah, you might get a hug instead. Who knows? But, guys, everyone, thanks for showing up tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be on tomorrow night, I believe. Mark, Kerry, Mark are going to be in the field with the new equipment. Sounds exciting. I'm not sure what time. I guess we'll put an announcement up tomorrow at some point. But until then, everyone, have a great night, and we'll see you all soon. Good night.